Good morning, students. As you know that we are dealing presently the NCERT class 10 science chapter number 8, how do organisms reproduce. In our last classes we have discussed that during reproduction and especially during sexual reproduction there is variation, and that variation has its own importance for survival, for evolution. So let us proceed further. That means today we are going to discuss the mode of reproduction. There are various modes of reproduction, and primarily we are categorizing the mode of reproduction as asexual and sexual mode of reproduction. So let us proceed for that, and in front of you it is Dr. Umesh Kumar Yadav, PhD Bio, presently working at Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya Samastipur, Bihar, and serving to people since last 25 years in the field of education. So let us start the mode of reproduction. What are the methods? How organisms are participating in the process of reproduction? So it is primarily two types, asexual and sexual mode of reproduction. As the name indicates, asexual, that means no involvement of sex cell, and it is sexual, that means here there will be involvement of the sex cell, involvement of the gamete. That means in sexual reproduction there is need of two types of gamete, that means male gamete and female gamete. Therefore there is need of two parents. Here it is uniparental, as a single organism can lead to form their offspring. So it is simpler, this one is simple. And so in those organisms who are having simple organization, asexual reproduction will take place. And organisms having higher grade of organization, there are specialized cells, there are sex cells, there are gametes. So in higher class of organism, whether it is plant or animal, sexual reproduction will take place, and it is complex process, more energy consuming process. Here the offsprings produced, they are almost identical. That means there is lesser chance of creation of variability, whereas due to crossing over during the formation of gamete there is variation. So at each and every time when there will be reproduction, that means there will be formation of gamete, and each and every time the gametes will be formed, they will not be identical to each other. That means chances of creation of variation is much more. So during adverse situation, what will happen? For those organisms who are alike, who are similar, their chances of survival will be lesser. But here, as the organisms are of different types, so the chances of survival is much more in the case of sexual reproduction. So let us sum up the differences between sexual and asexual reproduction in writing. These are the differences between asexual and sexual mode of reproduction. First of all, it is single parent, that means uniparental. Single cell or single parent is involved, whereas in sexual reproduction there is need of two parents, both the parents male and female, they are required. Whole body act as reproductive unit, but in case of sexual reproduction there is a specialized cell, that is reproductive unit, that is gamete, that is only involved there. No formation, transfer and union of gamete, but there it is formation, transfer and union of gamete, that is there is fertilization. And that is the beauty of sexual reproduction. Only mitosis or amitosis involved in asexual reproduction, whereas in case of sexual reproduction there is need of both mitosis as well as meiosis, because during the formation of gamete there will be meiosis, and after that, after formation of zygote, there will be equational cell division, and that is mitosis. So here both mitosis and meiosis is required in case of sexual reproduction, whereas here only mitosis is required. No variation. That means all the offspring they are producing, they are similar to each other, they are identical to each other, and they are termed as clones. Whereas here there is introduction of variation due to sexual reproduction, due to formation of gamete, due to crossing over during meiosis. There is creation of variation. Here it is quick method, fast method. That is slower method, as the process is complex. And as the process is complex, that is more energy expensive, and here it is less energy expensive. Lesser energy is required, but from the point of view of evolution, from evolutionary point of view, it has no more importance. It is having not much more importance from the point of view of evolution, but it is helpful in evolution, as there is gradual changes, and these changes accumulate, that leads to the formation of new species. So now proceed towards asexual mode of reproduction, or the organism which is simpler, which is single cell organism. There the mode of reproduction is asexual. So let us proceed for different modes of reproduction in lower organism, and they are different types of mode of reproduction by means of which the lower organism reproduces itself. It is like fission. Fission means to break down into two. That may be binary fission, that means breaking down into two, or multiple fission. Altogether it is fission, then fragmentation, then budding, regeneration, then spore formation, tissue culture, micropropagation, and vegetative propagation. So these are the method of reproduction where there is no involvement of gamete, no involvement of sex cell. So let us study these in detail. Yes, these are the methods of asexual reproduction where there is no involvement of gamete formation, no involvement of fertilization and zygote formation. That means simpler method of reproduction, and they are fission. Fission is directly breaking down into two or more than two. That means binary fission or multiple fission. In case of amoeba, in case of plasmodium, in case of amoeba it is binary fission. In case of Leishmania, paramecium, it is binary fission, and in case of plasmodium it is multiple fission. In case of adverse situation, amoeba reproduces by multiple fission. Fragmentation, that means breaking down into different parts, into segments. In lower organisms like algae, Spirogyra, there is fragmentation. Regeneration, it is the immense capacity of the organism to regenerate. There is regeneration in our case also. Suppose skin is damaged due to cut, due to wound, due to burn, then there is formation of new skins. In case of lizard, their tail is being lost and new tails are being regenerated. But in few of the lower organisms, the power of regeneration is so high that even the small part of their body, they can regenerate the whole new organism, and this makes as a means for reproduction. Although it is not only the method in those organisms for reproduction, rather it is also a mode where the lost part of the body, they regain the full body, and it becomes mode of reproduction in planaria, in Dugacia, in starfish. There is regeneration, budding. So in case of fission, in case of fragmentation, the whole organism, in case of regeneration, whole organism is being divided into two or more organisms. That means there is nothing like parent. As the organism is there, amoeba is there, it is growing by size after taking plenty of food, and then it divides. That means that amoeba now converted into two amoebae. That means they have lost the parental identity. But here in case of budding, the parent organism forms bud. In case of yeast, in case of hydra, there is formation of bud, and that bud gradually increase in their size, and after some time they detach from the parent body. So here the parental identity remains, whereas in these methods there is no identity of the parent and offspring. Sporulation or spore formation. In case of fungi, in case of lower plant, in case of bryophyta, in case of pteridophyta, there is formation of spores, and they are formed simply by mitosis in a special structure that is termed as sporangium. As the number of sporangium is much more, and therefore it is termed as sporangia, where spores are being formed, and they spores formed in the sporangium, they are in thousands of number, and they are very light, they are very minute, and after bursting, after rupturing the sporangium, the spores are being released in the atmosphere, in the air, and they are distributed everywhere in the air, and whenever and wherever they get the chance, that means there is moisture content, there is availability of organic matter, there is availability of food, that spore is being generated, that leads to the formation of new organism. In case of mucor, in case of rhizopus, there is sporulation, formation of spore. Tissue culture, a very fine method, very new technology, bindings of biotechnology, where there is proliferation of plant, there is formation of plant from the meristematic tissues, and especially the meristematic tissue that is being taken from the apical meristem, as we assume that it is disease free. So from apical meristem we are taking the cell, as that cells are having capacity to divide. So we are taking the meristematic tissue, and that meristematic tissue is being grown in the culture medium, in the nutrient medium, having agarose gel is there, nutrient medium is there, oxygen is being provided, and hormone is being treated like auxins, cytokinins, gibberellins. So these hormones lead to the formation of cytokinin for division of cell, that lead to the formation of callus, undifferentiated cell, then auxin for rooting, then gibberellin for shooting. So all these hormones at different time it is being treated, and then there is production of miniature plant, and that miniature plant is being transferred to the pot or being transferred to the soil. But primarily or at first time they are very delicate. So when it is being transplanted into the male field, then there is shorter exposure to the sunlight. Then gradually the frequency of sunlight, the duration of sunlight is being increased. So it is very best method for those plants where there is no formation of seed, where there is vegetative mode of reproduction. Suppose if we have to grow banana, मान लीजिए हमें 10 एकड़ में 20 एकड़ में लगाने हैं केले के पौधे, तो आमतौर पे हम लोग क्या करते हैं, केला का पौधा ही छोटा पौधा लगाते हैं, फिर वो बड़ा होता है, तो उसमें क्या होंगे, एक तो लार्ज स्केल पे कलेक्ट करना बहुत ही डिफिकल्ट टास्क है, दूसरी बात यदि कलेक्ट करते भी हैं तो बहुत एक्सपेंसिव होगा, बहुत अधिक मैन पावर चाहिए, फिर क्या होगा, जो क्वालिटी होंगे, ऑल द प्लांट्स कलेक्टेड फ्रॉम डिफरेंट गार्डन्स, फ्रॉम डिफरेंट फार्मर्स, दे आर ऑफ डिफरेंट क्वालिटी, their time of maturity will be different. But if we are getting the plant grown through tissue culture, then all the plants will be having same quality, will mature at the same time, harvesting will be easier, marketing will be easier. So this is very best method for those plants where seed is not viable and it maintains purity. All the plants will be of same quality, and it is vegetative propagation. It is for higher plants where seeds are not being formed, or sometimes what happens, seed is there but that seed is not capable of generating. In that case we are using vegetative propagation, and that is natural, and some of them are artificial. We are using, suppose stem cutting, root cutting in case of rose, in case of China rose, Jasmine, we are using in case of sugar cane, in case of potato, we are using vegetative mode of reproduction. That means the reproduction from those part of the plant which is not meant for reproduction generally, as overall the parts of plant is being categorized, is being divided into two. That means reproductive part and vegetative part. So the floral bud, flower, fruits, seeds, they are the reproductive part, and other than those, that means root, stem, leaf, branches, they are the vegetative part. So when there is reproduction with the help of vegetative part, it is vegetative propagation. So let us see one by one. So first of all, regarding fission. So here in binary fission, the parent organism divides to form new organism. That means the amoeba that is going to divide, single amoeba that is going to divide, and it leads to formation of two daughter amoebae. No existence of parent. After division, this parent one has automatically divided into two. Therefore, there is no question of existence of the parent cell. Organisms grow when there will be favorable condition, when there will be plenty of food, when there will be optimum conditions. That means temperature, pH, everything is optimum. Then what will happen? The amoeba will continuously feed. The amoeba will get nutrition, and after that their size will grow, their size will increase. And after certain time, when their size will increase, that means for the nucleus, it will be difficult to control all the cytoplasm. And in that case, cell division occurs. That means the ratio of nucleus and cytoplasm disturbed, that lead to cell division, that is binary fission. So the organism, after getting plenty of food, after getting nutrition, they will grow in size, then their nucleus will lengthen, and after some time their nucleus will split, will be divided into two, they will separate, and then later on the cytoplasm, that means first of all there will be karyokinesis, nuclear division, and then cytokinesis, division of cytoplasm into two parts, and finally that will lead to the formation of two daughter amoebae. So such sort of binary fission takes place in amoeba, in paramecium, leishmania, and bacteria. So in case of amoeba, from anywhere, because there is no any fixed shape and size, therefore from any plane it will be divided into two equal. But in case of paramecium, it will be transverse fission. In case of leishmania, it will be longitudinal fission, because they are to some extent having a structure, although they are single cell organism, even then they are to some extent their structure that is advanced. There are some structures that is localized, and therefore in case of leishmania it will be longitudinal fission, and in case of paramecium it will be transverse fission. So this is all about the binary fission. The next one is multiple fission. Here in case of multiple fission, multiple means several, multiple means many. That means at a time there is production of many new individuals. At a time it may need to produce around 1000 cells. So what happens in multiple fission? The parent organism splits, divides to form many new organisms at a time. At a time there will be production of much more new individuals during unfavorable condition, or sometimes even in favorable condition. In case of amoeba, it multiplies by multiple fission in case of unfavorable condition. But in case of Plasmodium, it is their nature, even in favorable condition they multiply by multiple fission. So there will be formation of cyst. Cyst is protective covering to protect the internal environment from external stress. So inside the cyst the organism is safe, and then what happens? Inside the protective covering their nucleus splits, their nucleus divide and redivide. That means there is formation of numerous nuclei inside the cyst. Then many smaller nuclei, that means daughter nuclei are formed, and all the nucleus is being surrounded by a small amount of cytoplasm. That means after that there will be formation of cell membrane. They will be surrounded by the cell membrane, and after returning of the favorable condition, that means when the condition will be favorable, the cyst will absorb water, the cyst will break, and after breaking the cyst, all the daughter cells will be released, and that will lead to the formation of new organism. So this happens in case of amoeba, in case of plasmodium, or in case of amoeba when there is no availability of water. That means in dry condition, what will happen? Amoeba will form cyst around it, a hard covering, a hard layer will be formed in amoeba that will protect the organism from a stress condition. So in case of amoeba, there will be formation of hard protective covering, that is cyst, and inside cyst, that means the organism will become encystment will be there, and inside cyst there will be division of nucleus. That means the nucleus will divide repeatedly. That means the lower organism, they try to maintain their population. They are increasing their population as only to reproduce is their life cycle. That means in their life it has to do nothing except reproduction. So due to stress condition, now there will be no reproduction. Hence, it forms cyst, and inside cyst it multiplies several times. Its nucleus is being multiplied by several times. Or in case of plasmodium, it is the mode of reproduction, that is multiple fission. At a time, multiple copies, multiple numbers are being produced. So this is all about the asexual reproduction, and in asexual reproduction it is fission, binary fission and multiple fission. In next classes we are going to discuss the other modes of reproduction, that is fragmentation, regeneration, budding, sporulation, tissue culture, vegetative propagation. So thank you very much all the viewers, the listeners, and especially I am thankful to all those persons who are giving a nice comment. So thank you one and all. If video is up to mark, then share it, view it, like it, and comment is essential, so that I may realize that what is the demand of students and to what extent I am fulfilling their demand, and how to improve so that you people can get maximum benefit. So thank you one and all. Thank you very much.